Arizona hospitality, colorful entertainment, and lasting memories. Phrases that highlight the image of the Sun-Kissed Fiesta Bowl National Pageant of Bands. This annual event originated 8 years ago to provide a forum for the presentation of a complex yet familiar style of music. The Sun-Kissed Fiesta Bowl National Pageant of Bands, the ultimate competition for high school marching bands from across the country. Band Pageant Committee Chairman Stephen B. Horrell provides some details.
We're doing it now for 8 years. Probably every year we bring in 3,000 kids. We've had a total of almost 25,000 people that have been here for the National Pageant of Bands. And we think it's worth it, and everyone we've talked to that goes home after the event sure think it's worth it. We try to come out for the kids to have a good time in the sunshine. Pretty about 75 degrees here today on the field, and we visualize keeping it around 10 to 11 bands. We always try to save one spot for the best Arizona band, and the rest of them usually come from the out-of-state slots from wherever.
This year's pageant featured 9 outstanding high school marching bands from various parts of the country. One of those bands, the Marching Knights from North Penn High School in Lansdale, Pennsylvania, provided us an opportunity to take a closer look at the preparation and events leading to the competition for the Valley National Bank Grand Master Trophy. A hearty breakfast at the Sheraton Scottsdale Resort prepared the Knights for their first rehearsal in the Arizona sunshine. Their first glimpse of the valley was from nearby Saguaro High School, where they would spend the next 2 days involved with intense practice and drills. The staff's primary objective, to best utilize the time available before the competition.
Put your heads down. Put your heads down. 9, 6, 7, cut. Cut. Again. Present yourself. Cut. Keep your posture up. Cut. Are we having fun? Yeah! Are we having fun? Yeah! Up and cross and 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 hold it out. Hold them up. Reach up. Reach. Reach more than that. Reach.
Our particular philosophy with regard to competitive marching band is not necessarily the emphasis on a particular score or a particular placement. At the risk of sounding kind of like a soapbox, we really and honestly feel the importance of getting each individual member out there, regardless of their ability, to realize their best capabilities and to realize what it is to contribute to the best of their abilities. But the point is that hopefully we can show them how to bring the best out in themselves. And I think that goes into making them or giving them the spirit that you have seen demonstrated periodically. Because again, it has to come from within each of the students.
Every student must reach their own level of potential. The staff works to realize that goal.
I think with the abilities that these people have on our staff and the interest that they have in not only the marching band, since that's what we're dealing with here, but also young people, I think that's important to the success of any program. Certainly we feel very comfortable, in part because of the fact that we've worked together over a number of years, but also to a larger degree in my understanding and my faith in their abilities as teachers. To work with young people and to contribute something to the program.
Although the band performs as a group on the field, the objective of sectionals is to improve the different musical and performance components of the band. Percussion instructor Jim Dwyer explains.
And we'll break into what we call sectionals. And what sectionals are is Tom and myself will take the drum line to a remote corner of the school, maybe over in the front. The color guard might stay on the field and work spins, things like that. If we got off the bus and came out here and tried to play the show or do things together, it wouldn't be as advantageous as us being in sectionals. Sectionals allows Tom and myself to stop the drum line without inconveniencing the band. It's going to be real important for us not to waste any time. I mean, we might waste an hour overall in a day, but when the staff shows up to rehearsal, we're prepared. That's very important for the kids.
I exaggerate things. I try and overdo a lot of things. I try and overdo my personality so that they will overdo their personality on the field. Because as a high school student, they don't have the amount of confidence. So you need to pull that out. And if you make fun of yourself, then they're more likely to make fun of themselves, which will enhance their personality and make them perform better. Gives them a role model. With the color guard, it's an athletic ability. It's a desire to be able to perform in a whole different medium. They can come out on this football field and be a performer without being an individual. You look for leaders that not only have the talent, but more likely have the interaction with the other students. So they have to be able to follow things in a logical process and be able to correct things, work it through so it comes out to a good product.
The excellence of the pageant is the result of many hours of hard work by everyone involved. However, the pageant is more than just a competition.
You know how many candy bars some of these kids have sold and how many car washes they put together to raise the money. It's pretty easy not to get carried away and all the other stuff. They're the ones that work for it. They're the ones that have paid for this trip, and they're the ones that deserve to have the good time along with their competition and putting the thing together. Plus, Arizona is the kind of state that has just got hospitality written all over it, certainly the Valley of the Sun.
And it's been a terrific involvement, a great amount of satisfaction when you see the kids come on the field or walk down the street in the parade to know that we had something, we contributed something to put them there, and we're very proud of them. I always say we give a lot, but we get an awful lot more.
I enjoy getting someone to reach their potential. That's what I enjoy seeing how far you can push somebody. You know, how far you can make them explore into those little reaches that they may never get to do again. You know, you figure the senior here, this may be the last time he ever performs in this manner again, maybe tomorrow. So it teaches them really a good lot of skills for the later in life. And I like to see the young kids, you know, or the high school student really get into that, push more, because they're not pushed as much possibly in other classes.
I think the basic youngster of high school age is the same. And these young people are experiencing something here in the Fiesta Bowl or whenever they travel that perhaps they won't have an opportunity to enjoy. And if they don't appreciate it immediately, I'm sure that 3, 4, 5 years or so down the road, this is going to be a very memorable period of their particular development in life. The Fiesta Bowl makes it a very big point to be sure that the students are the focus point. The personalities of the band committee and the people, the band host, for example, the gentleman that we have as a band host has just been tremendous. But it's this kind of one-to-one and this humanistic point of view that makes the Fiesta Bowl something that you want to come back to. The level of competition is important.